Nintendo Switch 2, it has arrived. The video game console is Nintendo's first new product launch since the original Switch more than 8 years ago. Might need a little bit of luck getting your hands on one, though. Pre-sales sold out ahead of time, and last night's fans lined up to try to score one for themselves. Joining us now for Everything Nintendo is Nintendo of America president, and wait till you hear his name, Doug Bowser. Yes, Bowser. Good morning. Thank you very much for being here. And that's Bowser on your pin.
That is Bowser on my pin. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on the launch.
Thank you.
And all the demand and all the excitement. Are you meeting demand for, can you make enough of these?
Yeah, first of all, we've been delighted with the demand we've seen thus far. As you mentioned, pre-orders did sell out in a very quick period of time. But it's important for consumers to understand that retailers typically allocate a portion of the overall allocation that we provide them for pre-orders, and then they save a portion for in-store. So on launch day today, they can go to their favorite store and hopefully find a Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, and as we head to the second half of the year and the holidays, Father's Day, are you going to be able to keep up with demand?
Yeah, we have a steady supply of manufacturing that'll be coming in, and we believe we'll be able to meet that demand all the way through the summer, through Father's Day, and then on into the holiday period also.
Okay, but the price, though, Doug, is kind of steep, $450, and that's not including the games. Why is it priced that way?
Well, first of all, the Nintendo Switch 2 is really built from the ground up. So we've included a number of new gameplay features and social features that I think fans will really enjoy. From a gameplay perspective, we've upgraded the processing power, so there's high fidelity graphics that are much more improved over the original Nintendo Switch. We've also included some very unique features with our Joy-Con, which are our controllers where they just snap off very easily. Yeah. They're magnetic, they can snap back on, and kind of the really neat feature is they can be used as a mouse with various compatible games.
What if you lose one?
You can order another one. You can order another one, but we hope consumers will hang on to them.
Yeah.
The other thing I will mention is that with a push of a button, and this is something you may like, Adriana, you have nephews that are playing in Chicago.
Yes!
So with a push of a button,
CJ
you can actually connect with your nephews, and you can while you're playing your games, and you can have voice chat with up to 12 people at the same time. Or you can connect a USB-compatible camera, and you can actually have video chat while you're playing games together. So it's like creating a virtual living room where you can actually play with them when you're far away.
I feel like you're one of these guys that really loves their job.
I love my job. I've been playing games for over 40 years. I started with the original Donkey Kong on an arcade cabinet back in college.
And you play the Switch too?
I play the Switch too.
What's your favorite game?
Well, right now my favorite game is Mario Kart World, which is a completely reimagined version of Mario Kart, really with this interconnected world where you can race in between tracks.
All right, let's take a turn and talk about tariffs, because this fascinates me.
Yes, go for it.
How have tariffs impacted your production, your pricing? And could you kind of give us a step-by-step view of the supply chain? Where do you build this, and then how do the tariffs on that country impact your production?
Yeah, Nintendo has a diversified manufacturing scheme. So we manufacture in various countries, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and other countries overall. Our chips are supplied from various regions within Southeast Asia, but for the US product, we primarily are manufacturing in Vietnam and then importing them into the United States. And for Nintendo of America, we supply product not only for the United States, but also for Canada and for Latin America.
So how much do you have to either absorb the the costs for the tariffs on Vietnam, or are you planning to pass those on to consumers?
It's still a very fluid and complex situation, as it is for most companies. We're continually looking at various scenarios of how we make sure we can keep our pricing as low as possible and the products as obtainable as possible. For the Nintendo Switch 2, we've already announced that we will be holding our pricing at $449 for the base unit and $499 for the bundle with Mario Kart World. But we did have to take some pricing on some accessories.
Really cool. I'm really into it. I haven't played Nintendo since the 64 came out at like
me too.
Something.
Now is the time to start.
Yeah.
I watched my brother play Zelda as a kid. There's a new Zelda coming out, maybe?
Yeah, that's in here, right?
There is a Zelda movie coming out.
I saw that too, 2027.
Actually, people are wondering about when is the Zelda video game coming out?
Well, nothing to release or talk about on the Zelda video game. What we have done for the past 2 games that we released, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, we provided the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which provides upgraded graphics and other gameplay features.
All right, Doug Bowser, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Or maybe some relation, I don't know.